Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Steve from UCAN English Tutoring. In this video, I'm going to assess one of my students' letter and provide the word-by-word feedback along with the score. Let's start the assessment now. So you have written down the community nurse supervisor and then community nursing center, Ashfield. That's good. That's the address, and then you have written on the date. Underneath that, that's happy. I'm happy with that. That's correct. Dear sir or madam, when they give you the the designation, it's better to write dear nurse supervisor, okay, or dear supervisor. All right, so you could have mentioned, instead of saying dear sir / madam, it is recommended to use the designation of the recipient. So dear nurse supervisor, okay, comma, it's a recommendation. Okay. Regarding Alexander Jones, aged is 65. You should have written on the prefix of the patient in the beginning. So regarding Alexander Jones, so instead of that, you should have written on regarding Mr. Alexander Jones. Okay. I'm writing this letter to refer Mr. Alexander Jones, a retired postman who requires continued care and management for his betterment. That's good. I'm happy with that. He underwent surgery for removal of basal cell carcinoma on left calf area. Okay, good. Okay, so removal, you should have used for the removal of. Okay, and then left calf area, I should say the left calf or his left calf. All right, so either of them should be used, but apart from that, it's okay. All right, it's not that bad. Okay, it's really good. It's okay. So with these minor mistakes, you could have still got those mistakes rectified, but it's okay. Let's go to the next one. Post-operatively, Mr. Jones' condition was progressed well. Okay, fine. As evidenced by uncomplicated wound and independent walk. Good. That's a good sentence structure. I'm happy with that as well. He has self-managed with his hygiene. No. He has self-managed his hygiene. It doesn't need, self-managed, it doesn't need with. He self-managed something, isn't it? I managed my time. That's it. We don't need to say I managed with my time, isn't it? So self-managed with this hygiene, that's wrong. Self-managed his hygiene, that's it. As well as continence, that's good. Now he is fully alert and is ready to be discharged. Today. Okay, good. His previous medication, Panadin Fort, 500 mg, requires to be. Okay, so his previous medication. So don't place a comma. Okay, you can say his previous medication. Maybe you can mention in the bracket if it is only one medicine. You can mention in the bracket. Otherwise, you can say his previous medication. Okay, you can say which is Panadin 40, comma, and then request to be continued. So that is also good. Okay. His previous medication, but that's not a. I think that's not a grammar mistake, but. Whatever it is. Okay. Panadin 40. Request to be continued. I think it's okay. I mean, it's not a grammar mistake actually. I'm happy with that. It's okay because you have defined it, isn't it? Using 2 commas, so that's fine. Request to be continued for a week and then if needed. Okay, that's all right. There's no grammar mistake here. It's okay. Mr. Jones lives alone in a rented flat. He is a smoker and consumes beer only. What? And consumes beer only. Okay. Although he is a divorcee, his ex-wife, there should be a comma here. His ex-wife. It's better to use. I mean, don't use the capital E here. Okay. Okay. Let's say his. Sorry. His ex-wife. Okay. And then you have mentioned an hyphen. You shouldn't mention hyphen over there. This is all right. This is not a grammar mistake anyway. But this one, his ex-wife hyphen Sandra Jones. That's wrong. So Sandra. Sorry, Jones. Okay. So his farmer wife. You can use farmer wife, comma Sandra Jones, comma. It's same thing, with the sentence structure you have written on here previously. The medication one. Yeah. Sandra Jones needs to be contacted. Okay. No. Don't say needs to be contacted. Maybe you can say is the primary contact. Is the emergency contact. Okay. In case of emergency. All right. In case of emergency. Okay. Let's say. Is the person to be contacted in case of emergency. In case of emergency. Okay, so you can write like this: is the person to be contacted in case of emergency. So try to avoid this needs, because it's an informal phrase. Okay, it's not good to use. Her home address and phone number has included with this. No, it's not has included, but are included. If the address is there, you can write them down. Why did you mention has included? Or attached with this letter. I think that's much better. Or attached or included with this letter. Okay, included in this letter. It should be included in this letter. If you mention with, it's attached with. Okay, attached goes with the with. So in this case, attached with this letter, that's fine. In view of the above, it would be greatly appreciated. See this one. This also sounds like yell, isn't it? Grayly. So you didn't write it like a T. So sorry. Next one. Grayly. It's not grayly, but greatly. I knew you wanted to write down, greatly only, but it didn't convey properly. Okay, appreciated if you could provide daily dressing and monitor the left calf. Here it is good. You have written correctly. For any signs of infection, that's good. I'm happy with that. Kindly inquire about Mr. Jones' other requirements, including occupational therapist service. What is this? Sorry.
For homemade installation.
For home aid installation. Okay, good. Home aid installation. That's good. I'm happy with that. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours faithfully, the register is this a known case or an unknown case? It's. I mean, sorry. Recipient is not known, right? So you don't know the recipient.
Yeah.
So that's all right. Faithfully is okay. That's fine. So it's all good. Okay, let's go to the assessment. So one is, see, these are so number one and two are not the major mistakes. Number three for removal, I mean, it's one of the mistakes. And then four as well. Self-managed with 5 is also a major mistake. And then six is not a major mistake, but six could have been better. But you should place a comma here. You can't use like wife and then hyphen Sandra Jones. It's not good. Needs to be contacted in case of emergency. It's not a error, but it is a recommendation. All right. So 8 and 9 are major mistakes as well. So you have committed about maybe 6 major mistakes. Okay. All right. About. So grammar could have been improved a lot. It's not that bad. Okay. Grammar is all right. I mean, grammar needs to be improved, but it's not that bad. You have committed maybe some mistakes only, but if you could have proofread this letter, I think you could have rectified them. So it's use of prepositions mainly. You should know where to place, of where to remove with, okay, where you shouldn't use and things
Yeah.
like that. And the other thing is articles. So you have to use whether you can use article before the area. So wherever the area is, it's better to use his shoulder or the shoulder. Okay, an operation was performed on his shoulder, on the shoulder, and something like that. Yeah, so you need to use prepositions. So use of prepositions, articles, verbs, and nouns needs to be improved. All right. And then the next one is spelling is another area of an issue. You need to be able to rectify the spelling mistakes. You shouldn't do that. Okay. All right. What else? Connectivity is good. I'm very happy with the way that you have connected the sentences. It's good. Overall task fulfillment is also good enough. I'm happy with that. Sorry. And what else? Okay, vocabulary could have been a bit better with the use of more formal synonyms and phrases. Okay, you should have used maybe more formal synonyms. Okay, that could be one of the things. Layout and presentation are good enough. The way you have presented your letter is good or fine. Okay, I'm happy with that. And what else? Okay, use of a range of sentence structures. Simple, complex, and compound is fine. I'm happy with this one. Okay, but yeah, try to ensure that you don't commit any grammatical mistakes. Okay, the use of nouns and verbs particularly, and then the articles and prepositions, they need to be identified and rectified. Okay, all right, that's the one. But yeah, apart from that, you are able to work out very well. Passive voice could have been used more frequently. That's another recommendation. All right, that's one thing. Let me see if you have included all the relevant case notes or not. If you have included, this letter can get you definitely C plus grade. Okay. All right, it's not that bad. It can get maybe a bit more than that, but let me go through the case notes now. All right. Okay, so you're writing this letter to, okay, you're the charge nurse on the hospital ward where Mr. Jones has recently had his operation. Okay, using this information provided in the case notes, the writer referred to the community nurse supervisor at the community nursing center, Ashfield, who will be attending to Mr. Jones following his discharge. Okay, so it's going to be a community nursing center. So he's going to be a community nurse supervisor, he or she. Okay, all right. So this is not a known case, isn't it? I mean, the addressee doesn't know the patient. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go through this. All right, read the case notes below and complete the task which follows. All right, the hospital is Royal Prince Alfred Hospital. Alexander Jones, 65 years old, marital status divorced. That's good. Used a synonym instead of writing down divorced. You have used a divorcee. I'm happy with that. Next of kin, no living relatives, ex-wife to be contacted in case of emergency. Um, okay. Sandra Jones, 59 William Crescent. So you should have mentioned this one, but it's okay. At least you have mentioned that her details are attached. But it's better to mention her address and mobile number or whatever the number they have given. Admission date is 10/5. Discharge date is 10/6. All right. Basal cell carcinoma, left cough. Okay. No prior hospitalization. No known allergies. No known medications. Okay. Retired postman lives alone. Rented for flat. Age pension. Hobbies. Did you mention that he is receiving the pension?
No.
No, you should do that. You should do that because for the community nursing, they may need to check with the social needs of the patient as well. Social needs include the financial status or the financial requirement or the financial achievement and so on. Okay, so you should have included that. Hobbies: running, swimming, weight training. Okay, music, movies, regular exercise. Okay, smoker, isn't 10 cigarettes bring. Okay, 5 per day. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's fine. You have included that. Fast and you don't need to mention those things. No homage installed. Okay, friends, local, good relationship, ex-wife. Okay, good. So you have included all these things. I'm happy with that. That's fine. Let's go to the next page. Basal cell carcinoma, removal of. Okay, never admitted to hospital. Previous medications banned in fort. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Wound management, no complications. That's fine. Fully alert on discharge. Walking on aid of crutches. That's good. Hygiene, self-managed. Okay. Instead of using the same words like self-managed, you can say he's able to manage his hygiene himself. Something like that.
Okay.
He's able to look after his hygiene himself. He's able to take care of his hygiene himself. So something like that. You can both. I mean, you can say he's able to take care of his hygiene as well as continence. Okay, something like that. Try not to repeat the same words. Okay, in your letter. Daily dressing, check L cough. Okay, daily observations continue. Med for a week, then PRN. Okay, that's all right. Investigate possible need. That's good. Hygiene self-managed. Okay, that's all right. Good. Yep, you should have included one case note like age pension, but apart from that, I think it's all done. But you could have used more synonyms. Okay, and then except one case note. Everything else is all right. I'm happy with that. However, I'm still happy to give you C+ grade. To me, this sounds like a 300 out of 500 grade letter at the minimum level. You should be able to get at least 300 because you are able to, improve your grammar. You used to commit more grammatical mistakes. Now it's good, but please be mindful about these mistakes as well. Okay, you have to be a bit careful. Okay, some of the mistakes are the recommendations only, and that is the reason why I have given you C+ grade for this letter. Well done, Anju. You have done a good job.